All right, how do I say it? Anthropomorphism. I don't know. Before I do that, I just want to tell you a quick story. And you've done this before too. You've probably had this happen. I picked up this guy. This is actually happened about maybe a year, almost 2 years ago, I imagine. But it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and the lady on the porch kind of pushes this guy off the porch, and he's really drunk. You can see him stumbling to my car. And he struggles to get into the car. He struggles so much as he dips his head to get in the car. His hat falls off onto the ground. He wasn't able to reach down and pick it up. I had to help him. And it was a 10-minute trip, $5. And as he's in the car, I realized, I turn and look at him, is everything okay? And he burps right in my face. It was like a burp. It came from the deep parts of his bowels. It was so gross because he had been eating sausages or something and beer, and it was gross. But he's almost passed out. He was so drunk. An older guy, probably in his 60s. It's a 10-minute drive. We pull out to get going, not on the highway, but on the main road, and traffic was backed up. It ended up being a 30-minute trip. And it was really cold outside. And I remember like having the air freshener on my nose to hold it up here. I had the windows rolled down. He was so drunk, he couldn't tell. And I was just really upset. It was so gross. But here's the sad part. When I arrived at the place to drop him off, it was another younger guy, maybe 30s, and a young boy with a ball. They were out in the street. And when I pull up and they noticed I had, I guess probably maybe the middle guy's father, I don't know. And you can see the little boy looked like sad. The dad was sad. And this drunk guy trying to get out of my car. And the scene that I'll never forget is when I had to leave, I had to turn around. It was a dead end. So I turned around and try to drive back through. And the little boy was still standing there with the soccer ball. And the grandfather was just passed out, drunk. And it seemed like it's a very common occurrence for this family. And again, I don't know, but it just seemed like it was a common occurrence. And sometimes you and I get to deal with people in sad moments like that. So the burp was gross, but I felt sad for the father and the little boy. It just stood out to me. All right. Okay. Anthropomorphism. I'm sure I'm blowing that. It's the idea of humanizing non-human things. So like taking our dogs and calling them our children to some extent, or taking robots and saying they're like humans. And why I got this was I was looking at a tweet from Elon Musk, and it was this tweet of response to people destroying the Waymo cars. And so these Waymo cars are in Los Angeles and Arizona and a few other places. I don't know exactly all of them, but people are finding ways to destroy them and get in their way of their operation. So by wearing a stop sign shirt and making the autonomous car stop. And one of Elon's tweets was like, what did he say? Hold on, let me look here. Let me look exactly what he said. He says, does it make you feel sorry for the bots? And then you can read the way that people responded. Some people were definitely like Terminator 2, Rise of the Robots kind of thing. And some people were like, yeah, it sure does. And then of course there's a bunch of people that are like anti-robots and autonomous cars. And I thought about autonomous cars for you and me. This is a big deal. I have a Tesla and I have full self-driving and I like it. I like it a lot. I don't think it's perfect. I don't think I would say it's the thing I would want to get in the car and not have a human behind the wheel. But I know Waymo is able to do autonomous driving in certain areas right now. And granted, it's flat. The weather's pretty good in those locations. And it's like set tracks. It's not Syracuse, New York, where there's hills and potholes and snow and random kind of locations. So I think there's time between autonomous cars and what's coming for us. But I think we should start getting ready, both as a society and especially as rideshare drivers, because it's coming for our job. And the idea, should we feel sorry for it and how should we feel about it? So step one, I kind of like it. I think it's better overall for society the minute autonomous cars can actually drive. I'm concerned about the idea of the government coming in and controlling all of the robots, and you and I can't go places, and there's definitely issues with it. But the idea, like I could just sit at my house any point in time and just order a car and this autonomous car shows up, the efficiency of it all, quite frankly, the affordability, it'd be pretty amazing. And I'm sad as an Uber driver because that means I won't have a job as an Uber driver. And it may happen in 5 years, it may take 20 years, I don't know, but it's going to start happening. The Interesting thing though, and the thing that you and I should consider is like, what do our passengers really care about? They care about speed and promptness, right? They want to order a car and have the car show up right away. And autonomous cars can do that. They can park on any corner and just be ready. The second thing that autonomous cars can do is they're cheaper. Yeah, right now the Waymo cars are more expensive than the cars that you and I drive, but the prices will come down on that. You and I are the biggest cost in ordering an Uber. So let's just say a passenger pays $20 for a Lyft or an Uber. And half of that $10 goes to Lyft for whatever reasons, insurance, profit, I don't know, whatever they take their $10 for, that's what they do. Then you and I get $10. But yeah, we pay for fuel and our car, but that's 30% of it. 7 of our $10 goes to you and me just to pay our bills and feed our families and do whatever else we do with our Uber and Lyft rideshare money. That $7 is going to reduce the price. So that $20 Uber or Lyft that the passenger paid for, the price will become $13. So it's better for them, the passengers. It's better. And they don't have to tip. And they don't have to tip now, but we work hard. I know I work hard to get a tip. And so there's none of that. And there'll be obviously resistance. And that resistance is what Elon was talking about, this idea of like humans going out there and destroying these cars. And these cars are just doing their job. And should we feel sorry for them? I don't feel sorry for them, but I do feel like vandalism and destruction and all that, it's just a waste of time. It's inevitable. It is inevitable that these cars, these autonomous cars are coming for our jobs. And we see it all around us. Self-checkout lines at the grocery store. We see it with, I saw Wendy's now has artificial intelligence taking the orders. So not a person taking the order, but like the large language model talks to the person through the drive-through line. It's all about cost, and that's economics is efficiency. And it's not great for you and me, and you and I need to find other ways to make more money in the long run. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to talk about autonomous cars. How do you feel about autonomous cars? You know, this whole channel is really about you and me creating a community and dialoguing about it. Would you get into an autonomous car? How do you feel about Teslas? And do you ride along with people that use autonomous full self-driving in their Tesla? Or Mercedes now has it. There's a lot of cars that are full self-driving in a lot of different ways. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. Hey, no matter what, for now, you and I are drivers. And for now, we got to go out there and make money and do what we do. So please go out there, be safe, enjoy what you're doing, have a lot of fun, be healthy, but of course, make money. I'm cheering for you. Be well. Bye.